This is PNN TV. I'm here with Peterjohn LaCrosby in front of the offices of Mercy Housing. Your father was a longtime tenant of Midtown. Please tell us about him and how it relates to the fight to save Midtown Apartments.
Okay, my father came over with the wave of African Americans moving out west, and he was an entrepreneur. He owned a shop. He was an innovator and a creator and a tall figure in his chosen industry, which was hairstyling and hairstyling products. He had his own product line, and he had his own style, his own signature, and very, very active in the community. A lot of people, mothers, grandmothers, children's children, a lot of people's hair has been done by my father, a lot of men and women. But that would take another day or two just to tell you about that history. He has lived at Midtown for quite a few years. That was his home base of operation. Basically, my father was extremely active. He would get up every day and go on about his business. He may have slowed down a little bit in the last few years, but he still was extremely active. He had an accident. He broke his hip. And while in the VA hospital, he was working on being able to get a first floor apartment. And I don't know exactly how the negotiations were going, but it was basically a stall. He was waiting. He kept talking about going home. That's all he wanted to do. It was okay on the VA's hospital, on that end. We were simply waiting for him to get back home. My father died waiting for that apartment. I don't know what Midtown Apartments was doing as far as the stall was concerned. It's kind of sad when you can't be at home. When you can't be at home for whatever days, weeks, months, or hours you have left. That would have meant a lot. But there's a silver lining with how he passed away in the hospital, still wanting to come home. And that is that a lot of people can put this incident on top of everything else that's going on. A lot of people now have more fuel to fire up the movement, to fire up the organization, to fire up the solidarity, to fire up just another brick in the gentrification wall.
So your father wanted to come home, and there was apparently no available unit. Is that what the story was? Was there any communication with Mercy on that?
That's what he was telling me. I personally did not get a chance to talk to Mercy about it. My father took a turn for a worse, and once he took a turn for a worse, it was like everything was moving very quickly. At that point, talking to Mercy wasn't our priority. But yes, he was under the assumption that his apartment would be made available. He would be able to move from the second floor to the first floor so that going upstairs and mobility in and out would be a lot easier. He was waiting for another apartment, which never did materialize. I don't know what was going on with that. I don't know what was happening on the other side, on the Midtown housing side, but we were waiting for an apartment that never did materialize. And his hopes were up for that, to come home. So I'm not exactly sure what happened on the other side or why it didn't take place, but basically that's what he wanted to do, was to come home. That was it.
All right. Looks like we're running out of a little space on the phone here, but anyway, thank you for speaking with us, and we're fully in support here at PNN of you and the tenants of Midtown, and much love to you and your family and the spirit of your father.
And if I might add one thing, everybody that's looking at this tape, anybody and everybody that knows about life in San Francisco, anybody and everybody that's old enough to remember how it was back in the day and what it's changing to, stand up and fight. Believe me, we're getting priced out from the Bayview all the way to the Bay, from one corner to the other. Everybody stand up and fight. Everybody join an organization. Everybody lend your voice. Please don't let gentrification run all of us out. Please fight any way you can. Tell a friend. Tell them to tell 10 friends. But fight. Please stand up and fight for the people. Thank you.